Tracking UTM parameters in your Gecko forms is very easy. In this video, we're going to show how this can be constructed, how these links can be set up, how we can analyze the data within Gecko. If you're keen on pushing any UTM information to your CRM system, check out the video below instead. UTM parameters are increasingly important. They're a fantastic way of being able to understand which of our marketing activities yield the most form responses. And as a really quick example, imagine that we're going to share our form in 3 places. We're going to share it in an Instagram post, we're going to share it in a Facebook post, and we're also going to send an email campaign. Maybe we want to see which of those marketing activities gets the most form submissions. That can very easily be tracked using UTM parameters. Now, there are just 2 things you need to know in order to get up and running with this. We need the link to our form. We then need to change or tweak the link to the form slightly by adding our UTM parameters, which is where we tell Gecko what information we want to track. And then once we've constructed our different links, we share the correct link in the correct place. So let's go for our example. As we said, let's imagine that we want a link to share via email, a link to share on Instagram, and a link to share on Facebook. How would we go about setting up 3 different UTM tracking links to share? Well, to begin with, go to Gecko, go to the Share tab, find the form, of course, that you want to share to begin with, and copy the web form link. This is our very first thing. This is the link to our form that we have. Now, in this very basic example, we just want to know what the source of our traffic is going to be here. So we're going to tell the browser that's the end of the link, and we're going to put a question mark, and we're then simply just going to paste one of these UTM parameters. And again, they do have set meanings, I know, but you can realistically use them however you want. We're going to go for source, and we're going to say the UTM source is equal to, and for the email campaign, we're going to say it's email. For our Instagram campaign, we're going to say it's Instagram. And for our Facebook campaign, we're going to say it's Facebook. Now, all I would need to do is I would include this link in my email that I sent out. When I share my post on Instagram, this would be the link I would use. And for Facebook, I would use this link. And as soon as those form submissions came in, we would be able to see that information in Gecko. Now, of course, you're not limited to just using one of these. You can use any number of these collectively. Let's imagine that we were running 2 Instagram posts and we wanted to know which post yielded this particular response. You can add or append this link just by using an ampersand and then throwing in another UTM parameter equals, and we'll say this is post number 1. We could have a campaign included as well. You can do whatever you want. Just keep using ampersands to add additional campaign or UTM terms. Okay, let's illustrate this with an example. Once you've shared this, let's go for our Instagram post number 1. We've shared this with a student. They've clicked on the link. This is the UTM information in the post. We'll put in a completely fictitious, ugly looking form submission here, but it doesn't matter. We will see on that form response in just a moment that in addition to the students' information that they gave us on the form, we can see that that information has come into Gecko. We can see this has come from Instagram and that it was post number 1 that yielded this. Now, this is good to an extent. It's going to show you that information on an individual response, but it's far more useful aggregating that data together and seeing it in one place. And to that end, you can view this in a very easy way. Just go to your form, click Actions, and view the form dashboard. Now here, there are a number of widgets that you're able to add to your dashboard. If you just search through one of the 141 widgets available to you, if you search for UTM, we can search for any of those responses grouped by those terms. And if we scroll down here, I've already preset some of these up. We can see we've had 1 impression of the form, which means 1 person's landed on it, and we've had 100% success rate. We've had a submission, so this is 100. We can see the referrer, we can see UTMs grouped by source, by mediums, and then 1 submission where we didn't have any of this information, so it's unknown because it wasn't specified. So it's very easy to capture this information.